Alright, so I'm really excited to introduce you to 17.3 using proportional relationships. Let's go ahead and start with your essential question for my wonderful avid kids. How can you use similar triangles to solve problems? I really like this section because it's all word problems, okay? So the only thing that you have to remember over here is this one right here. What is indirect measurement? This is the vocabulary word you have to know. Well, that involves using the properties of similar triangles to measure such heights or distances. What? What is such heights or distances? Well, over here it explains what that is, okay? How would you find heights, lengths, or distances that are too great to be measured directly? Well, you use indirect measurement. So what that means is we're gonna have, for example, we know how tall some guy is, and then here's the sun, and there's a shadow. But wow, this building looks really tall. So how are we gonna measure this? Because it's not like we can use a tape measure. Well, what happens is when the sun is shining, you know, this building has a longer shadow, this whole thing. And we have a shorter shadow, which is just this. So we, look, the two triangles have been formed, so we use the height of this person to figure out the height of the building. And that is what indirect measurement is, okay? Hope you got that and wrote that down. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go straight into the your turn question. But if you don't like my explanation, please go to here. And then if you scroll all the way down, you will see your favorite Mr. Burger's video. I hope that you grow to like him, because then eventually I don't have to do any videos. Yay! So then, now there you go. Go straight into the your turn question. Make it bigger. Alright, so Liam is 5.4 feet tall. To find the height of a tree, he measures his shadow and the tree's shadow. So the measurements of the two shadows are shown. Find the height of the tree. So I don't like this question because, as you can see, they didn't draw Liam. I wish they did. And then they didn't draw the tree either, and I wish they did. And so I'm just gonna draw it myself. Okay? So then now what we're gonna do is we gotta figure out, are these two triangles congruent to each other? I mean, similar to each other? Yes, they are. How do you know that? Because look, this angle right here, they have a little square. What that means is that they're both 90 degrees. Okay? And then if we have a sun like somewhere up here, of course, if we have the same sun, okay, it's going to shine down on both of them at the same angle. What that means is that these two lines are parallel to each other, so this angle here and this angle is going to measure the same as well. So because of the AA similarity postulate, we know that these two triangles are similar to each other, okay? Alright, so then now we can set up our proportion. So we have to always go by whatever's here and then there, okay? So for example, we're going to use this number here because that's the length right here. So we're going to put 8 over, and then this length right here, 28. That's like how long the shadow is for the tree, okay? So this is the shadow for the person. I'm going to put P over, and then I'm going to put the shadow for the tree. So person goes on top and tree goes at the bottom. So then now we already know how tall Liam is. So it's going to be 5.4 and it goes on top because that's where the person is. And then for the tree H, we don't know how tall it is. So we're going to put it at the bottom. All right. And so now we are done. From here, we just have to cross multiply. So 8 times H equals 28 times 5.4. Okay, so we would need our handy dandy calculator for that, obviously. And so I apologize, I'm taking a while looking up my calculator on my phone. So that's 28 times 5.4, and that gives me 151.2. But that was 8h, right? We want to find out what h is equal to, so that means we got to divide both sides by 8. Okay, and so when we do that, our h is going to equal, I wish I had more space down here, our h is going to equal 18.9. Okay? So what is the answer? The height of the tree is 18.9 feet. Now, just in case, make sure that everything is in feet, because, you know, if you see inches somewhere, then you gotta convert them. Okay, so let's check our answer, 18.9. And of course, it's correct. Okay, so that's it. I'm going to do only this question because the next your turn question is very similar to this one. As a matter of fact, I challenge you to do this yourself. If you look at this, you might get confused because of the color, but this is actually supposed to be a river. And so they want to find out the distance of this river. And so this would be D right here. And then you're going to compare that with obviously this side. And you know that these two triangles are similar to each other because look, these two angles are the same. And I don't know if you noticed this, but this angle here and this angle here are vertical angles, so those two angles are the same. So this big triangle and this small triangle are similar to each other based on the AA similarity postulate, okay? So you can set it up the same way, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and put the width of the river and then the actual size that we have. What should I just put? Actual, A for actual, okay? So D over this side is how long? 12 meters is equal to the river right here is 12 meters over, and over here you see a 4. So same thing, cross multiply. Oh man, I ended up doing this for you. Okay, so 12 times 12 is 144. And then what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and divide both sides by 4. And so the D is now equal to, D is 36, okay? And so, my bad. I did it for you, but I actually wanted you to do it on your own, okay? So now here's the best part. Where do all my test questions come from? Yes, the evaluate section. So what I want you to do is go into the evaluate section and I want you to know, look at question number 1. Oh, finding distances using similar triangles is called what? Indirect measurement. So I told you, that's why I told you to highlight that part. And then starting from number 2, it kind of looks like the question that I did. But you know, most likely on the test, I will give you questions like this because look, it's like, it has pictures and I like stuff like that. So please go into the evaluate section and start from question number, question number 10 and then start going, keep going. As you can see, I like all these questions with all these pictures, all of these, okay? So we are done for today. I hope you don't have any questions for me, and as long as you have watched the video, we'll have some things that we can do in class today. All right, so happy learning. Goodbye.